ओके डन. ते वरती घे की जरासं. नाही नाही हे कॅमेरा कॅमेरा जरा हे वरती कॅमेरा वरती घे रे, ते करू नकोस. हां आणि जरासं आणि जरा okay. Jasmina, you can log out. It's a finance class, please. पाय पण असं हे व्हायला लागलं काय माहिती. झोपल्यासारखी व्हायला लागलं मला. Okay, good morning everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Rohan, you were not there for the first class?
Sir, I was there, sir, but there was a network issue, sir. It was like round घूम रहा था, connecting करके.
Okay, guys, I'll start the class now. Okay, around 18 people have already joined. Okay, guys, any assignment, anything was given? I guess no. There was one
No,
small
sir.
task which was given, and I told you if possible do that. Okay, so whenever possible, just visit a bank and try to complete that task also, so that you are uh, aware as to what all things are used in a banking system. Okay, so without further ado, I'll start with the class. Okay, sharing, share. Okay, so is the screen visible, guys? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, guys. So in the previous class, we started with technologies in banking. Okay, so I'll just go back and just revise as to what all we did in the previous class. Okay, we started with okay, universal banking was already completed. Then we started with home banking or internet banking in the previous class. We tried to understand what are the uses of internet banking, where all do we use it. Okay, then what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages. Then we started with ATMs. What are ATMs? The automated teller machines. Then types. Yes, we also discussed about the various types of ATM. Okay, can somebody tell me what is a mobile ATM? A mobile.
Sir, mobile ATM is like it will be have an vehicle, sir, which moves in various areas.
Yes, the ATM machine has been installed in a vehicle which moves around the area, so it is called as mobile, right? Okay, yes. So that was your mobile ATM. Then we did then we tried to understand the advantages and disadvantages. Can you name a few advantages and disadvantages of ATM to the customer? Aryan, advantage of ATM to the customer. Aryan, Aryan, you're there? Akash.
Sir, no need to carry cash anywhere, sir.
Yes, you need not cash.
We can.
See, we are not talking about debit cards, okay? We are talking about ATMs, not
Yes,
ATM
sir.
card. What is
Yes,
the
sir.
advantage of ATM?
Sir, it is available everywhere, sir.
Correct, right? One thing is you can withdraw cash anytime you want. It is available apart from the various branches. It is available on off sites also. Okay. Then sometimes you can deposit your checks, deposit your cash also in the ATM. So that is the advantage to the customers. Okay. Then what is the advantage to the bank? What is the advantage of the bank, Vishakha? What is the advantage of ATM to the bank?
Yes. सर क्यूज म्हणजे जरा रश कमी होते बँकमध्ये.
Can you please communicate in English?
सॉरी सर.
Yeah. Yes, Vishakha, go ahead. Vishakha, I'm still waiting for your answer.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you said is right, but can you say the same thing in English? Okay, basically, overcrowding is can be avoided using ATMs, right? Overcrowding in the branches can be avoided. Then the resources can be properly utilized, correct? Then banks can go in for diversification because of less burden or less workload of cash withdrawals and cash payments. Okay, so these are the advantages of ATM. Then there are disadvantages also, like cost. There are network charges or issue the usage charges or usage fees. Then we also studied mobile banking, where we said that the internet banking on your mobile is nothing but mobile banking. The various technologies that enable mobile banking is IVRs. So can somebody tell me what is IVR? What is IVR?
So interactive voice response.
Interactive voice response. And what is that?
Uh, so yesterday you told एक से हिंदी, two से
Okay,
English,
okay.
three से.
Basically, you get a response through an computer response to all your queries that you have. Okay, so basically, the customer care centers, okay, is what IVR is. But you can do banking also using IVR, especially with knowing your bank account, blocking your cards, etc. You can do it using mobile banking through IVRs. SMSs, short message services, where you get messages or you can send messages to a specific number to know your status of your checkbooks, to know the status of your uh, or to know the bank balance, etc. Okay, WAP is, what is WAP? What was WAP?
So wireless application protocol.
Yes, it was wireless application protocol. And what is that, Mronali?
So some banking facility.
Okay,
In
basically it helps you in secured logins. Okay,
yes, sir.
it helps you in logging into your bank account through the internet banking
Security, sir.
in a more secured manner. Okay, those are WAPs. And apps are whatever is available on your mobiles, whether it is an Android app or your Apple apps. Okay, so these are the apps which help you in doing your banking transaction, whether it is financial or non-financial transactions, with ease using your mobiles. Okay, basically smartphones, right? So that is these are the various technologies that are used in mobile banking. We have studied that, we know the advantages, like it's portable, you can use it anytime you want, need not carry cash, correct? And it is more secured because your passwords, everything is in your mobile, and your OTPs are generated in your mobile itself, on your mobile number itself, so it is more secured. Disadvantages is, yes, though we say it is secured, but there is a risk. Okay, there is a risk involved of some messages being sent to you, and you click that message and your entire phone is hacked. That risk is always there. Theft and loss, if you lose your mobile, then all your information is in your mobile, and there are chances of fraudulent activities through your mobile. And high configuration mobiles are required. Yes, you cannot use normal phone, uh, your normal what kind of phone we call it as, it's a smart normal mobile phone, not a smartphone. Okay, you cannot use that. Okay, and next is, yes, bank charges. Yes, bank will charge you for availing this mobile banking facility, whether it is mobile banking or ATM or internet banking. Bank will charge you for that. Okay, so that is another disadvantage. Now coming to core banking solutions, or CBS, which is normally called as in the banking terms. Okay, uh, when we studied the various technologies in brief, I still remember, I guess Rohin had given this answer as to what is core banking facility. So, Rohin, can you come in and just answer this question again? What is core banking solution? Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Hello, yes sir.
yeah. So, Rohin, can you explain
Sir,
core banking facility?
yes, sir. So core banking facilities, like we get facilities in one go. So like I have Union Bank, sir, but if I want to transact with other also, then I can transact there also. Like it is connectivity between all the branches, sir, of the
Branches,
bank.
not banks, huh? Branches. Okay. All the branches
Yes, sir.
of Union Bank are interlinked or interconnected, and you can basically do transactions
Yes, sir.
apart from your home branch. Okay, you can do
Yes,
any
sir. Yes, sir.
transactions in any branch, irrespective of whether it is your home branch or not. Though the banks charges you for all these things. Okay, it's not free of cost. Bank charge you certain portion of fees or commission for using the CBS facility. Okay, but still it is more convenient for the people to use this facility, because they need not go to a particular place every time to maybe deposit money or withdraw money. They can use this facility for any banking transaction in any branch of that particular branch. Okay, of that particular bank. So what is CBS is all the branches of the bank are interconnected and customers can perform any transaction from any branch of that bank. Now tomorrow you have an account in ICICI and you go to HDFC and ask them to deposit money in ICICI. It is not possible, right? Because they are not interconnected. But yes, if you have an account in ICICI Bank in Tirakwadi branch and you want to transact it from the Belgaum main branch, you can still do that, right? Because ICICI Bank, all the branches of ICICI Bank are interconnected. Okay, so that is what core banking solutions are. Okay, now let us just try to understand how this particular core banking solution works briefly. Okay, so this is about ATM also or POS also or the core banking. Okay, see, core banking, what happens is there are various branches which are there, okay, which is connected to a main server. Okay, this main server, basically all the systems or all the servers at the branches are connected to a mainframe, which is a main server, and this server is in the main, most of the times it is in the main branch, or there are specialized branches where the technology is taken care of. Okay, and they are interconnected. So when you put any message or any transaction in one branch, it goes to the main server, it gets stored in the main server. Okay, and that is the reason why you can transact from any branch, because if you go to branch number 1, okay, the whatever information has to be passed, it goes to the system, goes to the main server, and that information is retrieved, because everything is everything is saved in the main server of the bank. Okay, so all the information is available to all the branches, because all the branches have connectivity with the main server. Okay, so that is how the core banking facility is used basically. Okay, then the advantages, what are the advantages to the customers, guys? What are the advantages of CBS to the customers?
So they
So
can
like they
So
can go to
can
They can go to, yes, Nunali?
so nearest branch and can do the
Definitely, yes, they
transactions.
can go to the nearest branch where they are. Okay, suppose you have your house is in Tirakwadi and you have an account in Tirakwadi, but now you are somewhere else. You are in Udyambag, let's say, and you want to immediately withdraw money or deposit money. You can do it in the Udyambag branch itself. Okay, so you need not go to Tirakwadi and do it. So that is one advantage. Yes, good, Nunali. Next, any other advantage? Any other
so the
advantage?
transaction so the transaction is assured. Like if we in one branch, if we transact, in another branch, that information is stored
Correct. No, it's
of that
stored in the main
customer.
server itself. Yes. That okay. That is
Yes.
one thing, but it cannot be an advantage. It happens automatically. Okay. And
Yes,
that
sir.
is the reason why, that is the main crux of core banking facility. If that was not there, then there would not be any core banking facility.
Mistakes will be less, sir. Like
Mm, okay. To some extent, yes. We cannot say 100% that there would be less mistakes. Okay,
yes.
core banking solution was not initiated to avoid mistakes, but was initiated to give more flexible banking facilities to the customers. Okay, so basically
Okay, sir.
it's more flexible, it saves time. Okay, for the bank, yes, for the bank also, sometimes they charge you commission, so bank can generate revenue from it. Then it's they can avoid overcrowding in a particular branch, they can divert the people to other branches. All these things are uh, there. That is the advantage of CBS. Okay, now there is a new thing in the market. We call it as customer service points. Have you heard about it? CSP. Anyone who is aware of this CSP? Customer service points. Okay, this is the latest thing which is now picking up to a very large extent in most of the in most of the banks. They are setting up their CSPs. Now, what are these CSPs? Any idea? Any idea? Anyone? CSPs,
No,
customer
sir.
service points. Rohit?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Mrunali?
No, sir.
No. Aryant? Nabhiraj?
No, sir.
Narayan?
No, sir. I just know that SBI has one of it.
SBI has one, yes. Narayan, where do you stay?
In Chawat Gali, sir.
Okay, so do you have the CSPs nearby?
No, sir. I saw it near Globe Turkish, sir.
Okay, yeah, yes, there is one. Yes, Dhanashri, any idea?
No, sir.
No. Rashmi?
No, sir. No idea.
Pradeep?
No idea, sir.
No idea. Tanaz?
No idea, sir.
No idea. Ishwar? Ishwar, you're there? No, sir. Okay. Then Sushmita?
No, sir.
Fine. Okay, so Sushmita, you have an answer or no?
No, sir. I don't have answer.
No. Okay. Fine. Narayan, you can unmute yourself and tell me what did you see there in front of the Globe Talkies where the
Nothing, sir. Just the banner.
just the banner, is it? Okay, fine. So you did not had that inquisitiveness to inquire as to what is that all about.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, see, basically these customer service points are nothing but okay, franchisees. It's like a franchisee system where you can open up your own customer service points of different banks, where you can uh, where the customers can come and withdraw money and deposit money up to some extent, like around 25,000 withdrawal is allowed by the banks, and 25,000 deposits. So if you have small deposits and you don't want to wait into huge queues of the branches, you can go to the service points and deposit your money immediately. It would be credited to your bank account, and similarly you can withdraw money up to an extent of 25,000 also. So these are the things that you can do, or you can open an account. Okay, account opening, you can also the customer service points, they are also authorized to process your loans. They don't give loans, but they are they can process loans, like they can give the documents, they can collect the documents, and the documents are submitted to various branches. Okay, so basically they work as a we can say outsource outsourced agents of the banks, of the branches. Okay, so every branch nowadays are setting up their own CSPs. If you're aware, people who stay in Channamanagar, there is one CSP of SBI there in Channamanagar also. Okay, so in fact it is very close to Akash's house. I don't know whether Akash visits. Akash is so cautious about COVID and he doesn't go out of his house. But yes, there is one customer service point near Akash's house. Okay, so basically these are outsourced agents who perform small banking transactions on behalf of the branch. Okay, so clear with what is CSP? Are you clear with what is CSP?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So once we know the advantages of core banking system, okay, let us know something about smart cards. Okay, smart cards, or we say call it as cards. Okay, where we have debit cards and credit cards. Now, I'm not going to explain you anything about this because we have been using debit cards and credit cards for a very long time. We know what it is. Okay, and we have been using it quite often. So let us just understand uh, what is a debit card. Debit card is basically a card which has the account, which is linked to a saving bank's account, and you can withdraw money or you can go for shoppings. Okay, ATM come debit cards, you can go for shopping and withdraw money up to the extent of the balance that is there in your debit cards. Okay, but sometimes, yes, sometimes overdraw happens. Okay, like you have around 100 rupees balance in your account, but you you withdraw around, or you swipe around 110 rupees, so 10 rupees becomes an overdraft. Okay, so that sometimes it happens, so your balance goes into negative. Okay, so these are debit cards which are used to withdraw your own money, whereas credit cards are kind of a loan facility which is provided by the banks, where a particular amount is sanctioned to you, and you can withdraw money, or you can perform any other financial transactions up to the limit which has been sanctioned to you. Okay, so debit cards, credit cards, almost the same. Okay, they look same, only thing is sometimes they mention it as debit cards, and sometimes they mention it as credit cards. Otherwise it's really difficult to differentiate between a debit card and a credit card. Okay, now what are the various numbers that are there in the credit card? Okay, so basically these are the numbers that are there on any of the debit cards or credit cards, which is a 16-digit number. Okay, where the first digit represents the issuer's number, the bank who has issued you that. Okay, that is your issuer's number. Then the next 5 digits represents the bank number, next digits represents your account number, and last is your check digits. Okay, this helps you in checking. This particular number helps in checking the account validity. Okay, so lots of different purposes for which these numbers are used, but they are encoded. Okay, and only the machines which are used for reading the cards, they know what it means. Okay, then there is something called as a chip in a debit card or a credit card. Okay, these are called as smart chips, where all your information is stored, or there are strips behind. Okay, there is a strip behind. Nowadays most of the credit cards have this chip. Okay, where all the information is stored. Then there is a validity for any debit card or credit card. There is a validity. So for this particular example, let's say it is valid from January 2013 to around December 31st December 2015. So it is valid for around 2 years. Okay, 13, 14 and 15, sorry, around 3 years it is valid. Okay, so that is what it is. Okay, then we have something called as a CVV number, which is a secret number which is a unique number, not secret number, but a unique number to each and every card, which is used for doing online transactions. Okay, when you're making payments through debit cards and credit cards, you need to insert the CVV numbers. Okay, so that's what a card looks like. Okay, whether it is a debit card or a credit card. Then working of credit cards. Now how the credit card works. Okay, very important, because sometimes it is asked in the question paper as to how credit cards work, what are the various entities which are involved into the credit card transaction. So let me go one by one. Okay, first one is the card holder. Okay, card holder is basically the person who has that card. Okay, suppose I'm account holder and I have a card, so I become a card holder. Merchant is a person from whom you're going to buy goods. Okay, from whom you're going to buy goods and services, those are called as merchants. Okay, acquirer is maybe you can say the merchants bank. Okay, the bank which are supporting the merchants are called as acquirers normally. Okay, then we have card associations. Card association is your RuPay or Visa or your MasterCards. Okay, these are called as card associations. And last one is issuer. Issuer is the card holders bank. Okay, so these are the various parties or entities which are involved into credit card transactions. Okay, so I hope you're clear with all these 5 entities: card holder, the customer; merchant, the seller; acquirer, the banker of the seller. Okay, card association is your Visa or your MasterCard or your RuPay. These are called as the card association. And issuer is the customers or the card holders bank. Are you clear with all these 5 entities first of all?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sure, everybody is clear?
So,
Yes.
so like for ATM cards, we have the limit, like only in 24 hours we can remove 20,000 or 25,000 such thing.
Yeah, see, that limit is set by the banks.
Okay.
Okay, it depends on the banks now. It's not that necessarily it would be 20,000 every time. They keep on changing. If you are aware of, they keep on changing that
That's
also.
like the amount, like limit amount is there for removing, like for
Yes,
24
yes,
hours,
yes.
right?
But limit amount is there. But if your account has only 5,000 rupees and the limit is 25,000, can you withdraw
Yeah.
25?
No.
No, right?
So no, if we have the balance amount
Yes, only if there is a balance you can
more
withdraw.
than.
Whereas in the credit card, you don't have a balance, right? In a credit card, there is no balance.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
it's
sir.
all on credit. Correct?
Yes, sir.
The bank sanctions you a particular amount and you do transactions on the basis of that amount which is sanctioned. Suppose the amount sanctioned is 50,000 rupees. Today you have done a shopping of 10,000. So tomorrow the
Yes,
limit
sir.
available to you is 40,000.
40,000.
Correct? So
Yes,
it
sir.
goes on reducing and till the time you make the payment, till the time it is settled, your limit goes on reducing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So let's
So and one.
yeah, go ahead.
So like now Union Corporation Bank has merged with the Union Bank.
Mm-hmm.
So sir, we can't deposit the money in Corporation Bank if we have the account in Union Bank.
No, see, the merger is not completed yet. The entire merger is not done yet. Okay. Once it is fully completed, once all the systems are set, okay, then that would be possible. Now, as it happened with State Bank of India, now you don't find State Bank of Mysore, you don't find State Bank of Hyderabad, right? Everything has been changed into State Bank of India. Now you can go to any bank, any branch, and you can deposit because their processes
Yes,
have
sir.
merged now. The systems have merged. Okay. Now, Corporation Union Bank, yes, the merger is declared, it is done, but still lots of changes have to happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there are lots of changes that will happen. Sometimes your account numbers are going to change now because Corporation Bank, if you understand, there are more than 13 digits. Account number is more than 13 digits for Corporation Bank. Correct? And the limit
Yes,
for an account number is now set by RBI is 11 to 13 digits. It cannot
sir.
be more than 13 digits. So that has to be reduced now.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So there would be a lot of changes that would be happening now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once
Yes.
everything is set, once all the processes are properly merged and integrated, then you will be able to transact in any of the branches, whether it is union or corporation bank. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so this
Hello.
is how the flow works. Okay, basically what happens here is here you have a merchant, you do shopping. Okay, so this is the transaction data. Okay, the transaction data goes to the merchant bankers. The merchant banker passes it to the, who are these? Who are they called as? Card associations, right? The card association passes the transaction data to the card holder. Okay, and the statement is generated to the card holder. Now card holder makes the payment to the bank account is debited and it goes to the association makes the payment to the merchant bankers or the processing banks or the acquirer, and they instead make the payment to the merchant banker. Oh, sorry, merchant, not merchant banker. They make the payment to the merchant. So this is what happens. Okay, shopping is done, transaction data is sent to the acquirer. Acquirer is the bank of the merchant. Okay, from there it goes to the association. From association it goes to the issuer. From issuer it goes to the card holder. Then while making the payment, card holder makes the payment to the issuer. Issuer's account is debited through association, card association. Association makes the payment to the acquirer, and acquirer makes the payment to the merchant banker. So this is the entire card flow chart of how transactions happen in a card system. I hope you're clear with this.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So what is the role of card associations?
The card associations are the people who are act as a mediator between the issuer bank and the merchant bank. Okay. See, basically what happens is there are lots of banks who issue Visa cards. There are lots of banks who issue credit cards, sorry, MasterCards and all. So there should be one place where all these transactions come. Okay, any transactions related to Visa goes to the Visa. Any transactions made by the MasterCard using MasterCard goes to MasterCard. Any transaction made through RuPay goes to RuPay. And similarly, the merchant bank also does the same thing. Okay, and then they are settled. Fine. Understand one thing, Swapnil. Okay, suppose the issuer bank, okay, has given a statement of around let's say to Visa, okay, statement to Visa saying that this much amount is due from the purchases made. Fine. In the similar way, the merchant banker also gives some transactions related to Visa, right? And which is related to that bank only. Fine. Let's say ICICI Bank and Canara Bank. Here we have ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank submits the transaction data to Visa. The Canara Bank also submits data to Visa, and Visa settles the account, like what is payable and what is receivable, and only the balance amount is paid to the respective branches or the banks, sorry, to the banks. So here Visa plays a very important role in mediating between the issuer and the merchant's bank, that is the acquirer. Okay, it's like a exchange, we can say. It's like a exchange which helps you in making the settlements. Is it clear? Swapnil?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope it is clear, Swapnil.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Any more doubts? If you have any doubts, please, you can definitely ask. No?
So basically, it links the merchant bank
Yes,
and merchant
it's a
processing bank
mediator.
and
It's
the
a
cardholder's
mediator,
bank.
and
Mediator.
basically it helps. The association is one who authorizes, okay, who makes the settlements and who authorizes the payments. So it is done at the association.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yes. Now there is one more flow chart. Okay. So this is how, this is again you will be able to understand. Okay. See what happens. The merchant, you go to a shopping mall, you produce your credit card, which is a MasterCard, let's say. That information, that transaction begins. Okay. That goes to the acquirer. That is the acquire banks who authenticates it. Okay. Authentication is done. Then it goes to the MasterCard. Okay. MasterCard is the association. So MasterCard network, the transaction is submitted to the issuer. When it is authorizes, when it settles, the same is, the information is sent to the issuer, and issuer sends it to the card holder. Then while making payment, card holder makes payment to the issuer, issuer makes payment to the association, or settlement happens here. The payment is done to acquirer, and acquirer makes the payment to the merchant. Okay, so this is how again it flows back. Okay, so are you clear with that? Okay, so let's understand the steps involved in credit card. Okay, we are just left with 1.5 minutes. Okay, so steps involved in credit card is, first is authorization. Okay, now authorization is done by the issuer, sorry, by the acquirer, right? Authorization is done by the acquirer when you go and swipe your transaction, swipe your card. Okay, the details of your card goes to the acquirer, from the merchant goes to the acquirer and goes to the association. Okay, and association authorizes it because they know the balance and all, they know the limit, so they authorize it and it comes back. Okay, so your authorization is done. Next is batching, where the merchant, the acquirer, that is the bank of the merchant, makes batches of all the transactions. Like Visa, there are batches, MasterCard batches are done, and RuPay batches are done, and they are sent to the association, respective association. So that is what batching is. Then association makes the clearing and settlement, and funding is given by the issuer. Okay, the card holder gives money to the issuer bank, and the bank gives to the association. That is what funding happens. Okay, so authorization by the association, batching is done by the acquirer, then clearing and settlement is done by the association, and then funding is provided by the issuer. So this is how the credit card processing happens. Okay.